Hi, it's me, Scotty G.
What the hell are you doing in my cupboard?
I live here now. We're house buddies.
No. This is not happening, okay? And why the hell have you got my mug?
What do you mean?
That was a gift from my daughter for Christmas.
Oh, this old thing here? What a coincidence. My daughter also got me the same mug. Want to see her?
No, not really.
Here, let me go grab her quickly. Hey, Gwendolyn. I got someone who wants to see ya. Isn't she a beautiful little girl? Oh my god, look at her. She's so pretty.
That's just a doll with a fake beard on it.
Don't be so silly. It is 128% real. She has the great Gimple genetics in her. And hey, at least it's better than your sorry excuse for a mustache.
Look, Scott, I haven't got time for this. Let's just cut the crap. What exactly do you want?
I have some incredible news. I am bringing back one of your favorite characters.
Oh, God, no. Who is it? Oh, no, this is going to be bad, isn't it?
It's Dwighty boy. Hey?
Oh, that isn't actually as bad as I thought it would be.
That's right, he is making the jump over to Fear the Walking Dead. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hey, come on, you gotta admit that's pretty damn cool, right?
Get back in the bloody cupboard now.
But why?
Now!
Oh, no one likes Scotty G, it's not fair. Come on, Gwendolyn, let's get back in the cupboard. He's so mean to me, isn't he? Oh my god.
Hello everyone, as you can guess from that introduction, in this video I'm going to be talking about the news that Dwight is going over to Fear the Walking Dead next season. Now this video, it's not going to be like my usual videos because it is unscripted, and there is a reason for that. And the reason being is that when I first saw this news announced on a Walking Dead Facebook advert sometime before Christmas, I wrote down a script about how I felt sort of immediately, and the script itself, it was very reactionary and very negative. Now you'll know that I'm a guy who doesn't shy away from being negative or criticising something when I think that it deserves to be criticised. So the reason I'm not following a script is not because I'm scared of saying something negative and upsetting people, or people not liking what I say, because I'm just an honest guy who says what I think, and I don't really care if people don't like it or people don't watch it or disagree with me, because what's the point? I just try and be honest about everything. But I think the main point is like what I said about it being reactionary, is that now I've had a bit more time to think about it, I'm not sure I feel the same way. So when I first heard this news, I was pissed. I was really, excuse me, my belly was rumbling a bit. I was pissed and angry about Dwight going over, despite the fact that he is one of my favourite characters, which because I've said many times in the past. Now the reason why I was pissed off is because that Dwight going over to Fear, I thought it means it's going to take away the attention from the original cast members. So we all saw what happened with Morgan last season. He came over, and the show by the end of the season, it felt like it was sort of the Morgan and Friends show. It started off well enough. I liked the first episode. I liked, the first couple of episodes, in fact. But as time went on, and sort of Alicia and Strand got pushed to the back burner, and you had Nick and Madison leave the show for whatever reason, it just became clear that the focus was just about Morgan and Morgan's journey and doing whatever it is he does, preaching about peace and what it is and this kind of rubbish. So yeah, it for me it didn't work. Some people might like it. I know some people like season 4, which is good if you liked it, you did. But for me, it wasn't Fear the Walking Dead at all. It was a soft reboot, which the producers even describe it as, and the advertisement was focused on saying, it's a soft reboot, you don't have to watch the rest of Fear to know what's going on, which was kind of a kick in the teeth for people like me who wanted to see what happened after the dam. And it didn't work, and now I'm worried that they haven't learnt their lesson and they're going to do the same thing with Dwight. I mean, before this news about Dwight was announced, there was actually another announcement about Troy and Daniel coming back to Fear. And I was pretty excited for that, because Troy and Daniel, they're two of my favourite characters. Daniel, he's been absent in the entirety of season 4, and I think they referenced the fact that he's still alive and would be coming back at some point, so it's good to see him back. And Troy, I think, is a brilliant villain. I mean, he's a scumbag, he's done horrible things, but he's kind of he's a bit of a charmer, and he's kind of got a lot of charisma about him, and he's very good villain, and one of the best, I think, just not in Fear, but in the entirety of sort of Walking Dead media. So I was excited to see both of them back, and to me it signalled that perhaps maybe the producers, the writing team, were thinking, let's go back to what Fear was before season 4. Let's bring back some of the favourites. Let's sort of get rid of this nonsense that clouded season 4. You know, the storm and people poisoning the water and God knows, crocodiles. I gave up before that point, but I've been told about it. But yeah, so it felt like that for me. That was good. I was optimistic, enthusiastic, and thinking, well, you know, if these two come back, I might give it a shot. And then this news about Dwight came. And it's weird because, like I said, Dwight is a big favourite of mine. So you think I'd be sort of hyped for seeing Dwight return, but no, because it just felt like another Morgan situation. They're going to bring Dwight over. It means most of the story is going to be about Dwight, and we're not going to see the cast again. And essentially, this is just going to be like a Walking Dead show that takes the characters from the main show that they don't want and sort of loans them over for a period of time and does a couple of sort of story arcs with them before they go back or do whatever it is they do. So yeah, I wasn't really too excited by this news when I first heard about it. And like I say, a lot of what I'm saying does still apply, but I'll get to why I'm sort of less pissed off about it at the end of this video. One thing I kind of find a bit difficult with their choice to use Dwight is that I made a video a couple of months ago about should Dwight return, because we didn't see any of him in the Walking Dead promo material, and now obviously we know why. He's going to Fear. And for me, it's kind of weird to bring Dwight over, because for me, his story's pretty much done. He got his redemption. He was forgiven by Daryl, even if Daryl did tell him to piss off, basically. And all he has left to do is to find Sherry. Now, I don't care about Sherry. Sherry, we saw her a brief amount of time. She's one of the most underdeveloped characters on the show. And all I can think of why the hell is Dwight ending up in Texas is because he has to find Sherry and it goes wrong somehow. That's if they are in Texas, actually, because I haven't watched the end of the show. Anyway, what's I saying? Oh yeah, so it seems a bit odd. How does Dwight end up in a situation where he meets Morgan and the Fear crew? I mean, it seems a bit far-fetched. I mean, not that the rest of the show isn't far-fetched, but you know what I mean? It seems a bit odd. In my head, I just had Dwight happy, he's found Sherry, and he's, having a beer together somewhere, and that's good enough for me. Even as a Dwight fan, that's all I need. I can just imagine that he's happy, he's got his redemption, he's said goodbye to all the crap going on at Alexandria, he's found Sherry, he doesn't have to deal with Negan or that anymore, and that's the end of it. Oh, sorry, what's going on here? Okay, sorry, I thought my wife was about to come in the door, and then so I just want to know before I have to pause my filming for a minute. But anyway, so yeah, you kind of think, I don't want Dwight to come back for the sake of him coming back, and I don't want him to just do some shit narrative arc with him that feels completely unwarranted and unneeded, because for me, he had a decent conclusion. He's one of the, he had one of the few characters who did get a sort of decent conclusion in The Walking Dead. Like I said earlier, all that I've said so far, it still stands. I still think this is valid criticism to this, and I'm still not entirely sure about it. But now that I've had a bit more time to think about it, I'm definitely not as angry or as pissed off as I was when I first heard the news. When I first sort of heard it, I wrote in the script that it's put me off from watching Fear completely. I'm not going to bother, because it's just shown that they don't care about old fans and they're just trying to, do more crossovers, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm kind of a bit more open to the idea, even if I don't think it's necessary. I'm not as angry as I was before, because I kind of think, well, you can't really sort of criticise it and call it the worst decision ever without at least giving it a chance first. So I don't think it's fair. It was kind of fair of me to come out all guns blazing and say, oh, this is the stupid decision, blah, 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 because I don't know what will happen. It might be that Dwight does come over, he gets a decent story arc, it might improve the show. Not that it can really get worse after season 4, but I might enjoy it. And I like Dwight. He's one of my favourite characters. He's one of my favourite characters from season 7 and 8, so I think for me to say, I said in my original script, oh, I'm not going to watch this, and now I sort of had a bit more time to think about it, and I'm kind of like, well, no, actually, I probably will watch it, so I probably will just see what Dwight does and what the setup is, even, I might, if I don't enjoy it, then I'll stop. So I can't say at this point that I'm really sort of excited, like, yes, Dwight's coming back, yes. It looked like I was, what was that? It was like I was really constipated then, like, oh, Dwight. Sorry, I'll stop being weird. But yeah, I can't say that I'm sort of, really sort of screaming from the rooftops that Dwight's coming back, but I'm definitely not as pissed off and as sort of down on it down on it. What am I trying to say? I'm not as upset and pissed off about it when I can't even talk properly. I'm not as upset as I was when it was first announced. See, this is why I script my videos, because I can't bloody talk half the time. So yeah, I'm sorry that this video isn't, crazy in depth or wasn't too well structured, but I just looked at the original script and I thought, you know what, I don't actually care that much anymore. I don't care to the point where I'm going to make a video slating it, because my opinion has changed and I might give it a go again. I might not, or I might watch it and I might think, yeah, this is a waste of time, and if it is a waste of time, then if I don't like it, that's fine. But I don't really care. I don't care enough to get pissed off about it like I did when I first wrote it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So like I said earlier, all the criticism that I've raised in this video about Dwight, all my worries, they still stand, but I think I'd be lying to say that I'm completely turned off and not going to watch it, because I probably will give it a go. I mean, if Troy, Daniel and Dwight are there, it's got to be worth giving it a shot, because they're three characters who I really like, despite the fact that I still feel that Dwight's story is finished. But if they can make a good story, then why not? If they can make something interesting, why not? So yeah, I don't really have any expectations for Fear next season, certainly not after how last season went, but it's worth a shot. I'll see what it's like, and if they can do Dwight justice, if he has a good storyline, then I'm all for that, because I like him a lot. So yeah, like I said earlier, apologies if this is sort of less coherent than usual and a bit all over the place, but I didn't want to just read from a script what I wrote 2 months ago, because it doesn't really apply anymore. Well, some of it doesn't anyway. So that's that. Like I said, I am cautious, but I'm not as angry or as pissed off as I was, and I'm kind of hoping that things do turn out well, even though I don't really have any expectations for Fear. So yeah, there we go. Bit of an odd way to summarise it, but anyway, that's the way I feel. So please let me know your thoughts below. Are you excited about this? Are you sort of angry, or are you a bit similar to me in the way that you were sort of annoyed at first and now you're sort of coming around and you're a bit indifferent? You maybe you'll watch it, maybe you won't. Whatever the case is, just let me know below. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. And I'm gonna do the review of the game soon. Spoiler, I didn't really like it, so that'll be coming out soon. And Game of Thrones Season 3 will be coming out very soon, and maybe a cooking video. But yeah, we've got a lot of videos coming out soon. I'll try and get as much done as possible. Thank you, and goodbye.